and welcome to the Radio Free Hub City Newscap, live from Honeypot Acre Studio in Hagerstown, Maryland. I'm DJ Warbuckler, the Red Pen Yahoo, and joined by me today is DJ BB, the Dingbat. So what is the Newscap? It's a podcast format show where we talk about local and global news that matters the most to Hub City. There's no dial-in line for the Newscap. Oh, I take that back. There is now a dial-in line for the Newscap. I need to revise my script. There's no script, no set agenda. We've got a loosely set agenda. But we do have a dial-in line now, and it's actually on the screen. There we go. Yes, right here. Right here is the dial-in line. And if you want to call in and tell us what a bunch of idiots we are, you're welcome to. But in the meantime, this is the Radio Free Hub City Newscap. So we talk about local and global news that matters the most to the Hub City area. And of course, the full recording of this show will be available for replay. Now, tonight's Newscap is sponsored by Honeypot Acres Farm. Are you craving some heat? Get ready to wrestle with the flavor of Honeypot Acres Farm's Hagerstown Gator Sauce. This hot sauce packs a punch that'll leave your taste buds grinning like a gator. Perfect for spicing up anything from breakfast to barbecue. It's a kitchen companion you didn't know you needed. Snag a bottle online at honeypotacres.com. Honeypot Acres Farm, because even your food deserves a wild side. Now, we got a whole bunch of very interesting topics to talk about tonight. Obviously, this is our very first Newscap since the presidential election.
Phew, yeah.
What an interesting election it was. What an interesting month the last month has been.
I think it was miserable, honestly. So much drama.
Yeah, I mean, so you know, obviously Trump won. All right, and we did a full election night coverage. We've done multiple election. If you don't know who won the election by now, just go to our website.
Call us and tell us how you did it.
Yes, there you go.
I want to know.
If you missed it, if you missed who won the election, call this number right here, all right, and tell us what cave you have been living in, because we really want to know. Needless to say, we've got a couple different interesting topics for tonight. But, please feel free, dial in, and we're happy to chat with you. But let's go ahead, let's look at some of the topics for tonight. I guess I'll get us started with, and this is one I don't have an article on yet, but obviously I really don't need an article because everybody's heard that it happened. And that's the CEO of United Healthcare was shot and killed last week in New York outside of, I believe it was a hotel room. Apparently today, they took into custody a person of interest. They're not saying that he's a suspect. They're saying that he's a person of interest. But I'm very interested. This seems to be a very motivated attack based upon the bullet shell casings.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. What were the bullet shell casings?
I don't. Well,
It was some sort of. It was insurance terminology.
Yeah, and then they thought that it was a veterinary pistol.
Yeah. I've heard a couple different things about the pistol. One, it was a veterinary pistol. Another, that it was possibly just like a bolt action pistol.
Yeah.
So it really interesting to see. I mean, this is like something out of a freaking movie.
Yeah.
It really is. But the gentleman they have in custody. I know his first name is Luigi. I don't know his full name, quite honestly. Because he's just a person of interest and not a suspect, I find it very interesting that they're releasing the name of a person of interest and not a suspect.
I just think it's weird that they did after they took him into custody, but not before. You know what I mean? Like, you knew who you were looking for. You had to, you didn't just... Yeah. But
apparently he was detained at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. So, but apparently he has ties to Maryland.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So BB, you did...
He's actually from Maryland.
Yeah.
And he graduated as valedictorian in a school of Baltimore. But his cousin is actually a delegate, a Maryland delegate.
Wow.
Yeah. But, I mean, People have,
wow.
I don't think that being related to somebody really,
No. I mean, but okay. So let's step back for a second though, and all right. So they think this kind of, we might as well just say politically motivated.
Yeah.
All right. Isn't it interesting how we've seen a whole lot of very negative press against the healthcare industry lately.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of negative press against CEOs, saying that CEOs are rich, greedy bastards and stuff like that. Isn't it amazing how this is kind of a similar pattern as what happened with Trump, where the media goes through a cycle of demonizing someone or demonizing the leaders of some sort of an industry or something like that, and then all of a sudden, surprise, surprise, somebody decides to try to take them out.
Yeah, and it's not, it has been a trend over, I think, the last at least 12 months where there are a lot of CEOs that do not want the corner office.
Right.
They don't want that smoke, really. Like, they don't want the attention. They want to be like, Wizard of Oz, just the man behind the curtain. They don't want...
Do you blame them?
No. I do. No, I don't. But also, like, you don't have to do that job. Like, this is America. Don't do the job if you don't.
But at the same time, at what point does media start taking responsibility for demonizing these people and literally calling them evil?
Yeah,
because that's what we're ultimately seeing now.
I think that anything that, whether it's, that's an opinion, whether demonizing something and saying that it's horrible, that's an opinion. Saying something is really super great and everybody should support it is an opinion. Right. So until we get back to fact-based reporting, then that's just where we're at.
And it's absolutely crazy. And by the way, on our website, we will always very clearly delineate between fact-based versus opinion.
Yeah.
I will always label something as opinion if it's one of our opinions and not the other way around. So shame on some of the media for doing what they do as far as interject.
They're not
making their opinion sound like fact.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of even just on social media and stuff, there were a lot of memes being shared saying stop showing his face. A lot of true crime groups refused to help look. People were comparing it to, they always say, like, if you see someone stealing milk or baby cereal, no, you didn't. Well, that's what they're saying about this one. So I think this is a very, like...
this is going to be very interesting to see what happens, I think, the entire way through the justice system. Because... let's be honest, most people have had horrible experience with their healthcare providers.
Yeah.
Most people have had horrible experiences with insurance companies.
Right.
You're going to have a very hard time finding 12 people to sit on a jury that does not have some sort of an issue with the healthcare industry.
Right.
So, I don't know if this guy can get a fair trial.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think, we've been in a trial by media climate since the 90s. It's supposed to be...
Now it's going to come to a head.
You're supposed to find jurors that have not heard anything about a case or a suspect, or they're not part of it, and that's impossible. So
with that said, like as I said previously, if you are one of those people that completely missed the election results, call in right now, all right? And if you live in New York, please be aware you will probably also be called for jury duty, because you're going to be one of the few people in the world that, did not know this happened. So, so please call in. I just had to throw it out there. But it's absolutely fascinating. So, all right, moving on. Next topic. BB, I know you had a couple topics for us to talk about.
So, last month was a really busy month, and I really
last month was an insane month.
It was insanely busy, and I kind of missed, I know that we went over some of the new laws that went into effect. I completely missed the Wage Transparency Act here in Maryland. So just briefly, and I'm not even going to lie, I'm just going to read, I don't want to mess this up. So as of October 1st, Maryland's wage range transparency law is enforced, okay? And what that means is all employers in Maryland, private business regardless of size, nonprofit, including churches, household employers, public sector, state and local government, it requires that for job postings, They have to very specifically state the pay range, minimum and maximum salary or hourly rate, a general description of benefits like health or life insurance, retirement plans, or paid time off, and other compensation elements. This includes potential bonuses, stocks, all that good stuff. And then for fixed rate positions, they can only post the exact rate. So, like, if it's $17 an hour, they can't say $17 plus an hour. Like, they have to say the exact hourly rate that position is going to start at.
Okay.
And, you can't just put, like, a broad, like, starts at. You can't do that anymore. And then this applies to online and print job postings, social media posts, newspaper ads, and even flyers. And even if you just put a help wanted sign up, you have to have like a QR code or printables that people can ask for that tell you all of this stuff. And, the penalty for that is a bunch of fines. And anyone that has questions or does not like it can take it up with the Wage and Labor Standards Enforcement Unit. And that is workrights@maryland.gov.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay. So here's my question then. I want to hire somebody. I don't know how much I want to pay them. It's depending on how much experience they have.
Yeah.
So I can by all means list the position as pay is between $15 an hour and $100 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the minimum and maximum. So it really doesn't do. I think that they're saying that it's to combat people. It says they must prioritize compliance to attract top talent and avoid penalties, while job seekers can approach the hiring process with greater confidence and clarity. But I personally think that it's really, like, how many people do you know that have applied for a job? They've gone to the interview, they thought everything went well, and then they're told, I'm sorry, you're overqualified, or something like that. You know what I mean? Well, and I think that we're just having, like, there's so many jobs that need people to fill them. And there's so many people that are telling us the opposite. They're saying, like, I've applied for 20 jobs. I've applied for 30 jobs. I've not gotten a call back. Like, so I think...
So here's part of that problem. Ghost jobs.
Yeah. Just like ghost kitchens.
Yeah.
Like, it happens.
Yeah. Except for the ghost kitchens, actually, you order food and you'll get food.
Yeah.
The ghost jobs, you apply for the job... You will never get that job. No one will ever get that job. And the reason for it is because they're opening the job not because they want to hire somebody, but because they want to either just find out what's the market right now for job seekers, or the other thing is actually to get competitive intelligence.
Yeah.
And to get the resumes of their competitors.
Yeah.
And also to find out at the same time who of their competitors is unhappy.
Right. There have been cases of businesses that have done the reverse of that.
Yeah.
They've posted a ghost job and seen which of their employees internally have applied for it, and then they can them. So.
But this does nothing to solve that problem.
No, it really doesn't. It doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah, it just adds additional paperwork.
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay.
And that's a big hassle. Like, I can't imagine being just like like a pizza place or something. You just put a help wanted sign in the window, and now you.
I'm helping.
Yeah. So that was,
Yes. Wow. Okay. Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, State of Maryland, for solving a problem that did not actually exist.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
The ever-growing list.
Oh yes. Well, so speaking of problems. This one's a good one.
Oh.
This is one of our favorite people to do reaction videos for. And in fact, I've been informed that he's got a meeting coming up where we're probably going to get to do another reaction video. But earlier in November, local YouTuber Shaun Porter.
Is that that's how he's titled these days?
YouTube.
Local YouTuber. Okay.
YouTube, okay, I'll say YouTube activist.
Yeah.
How about that?
YouTube
pain in the ass. Love you, Shaun. Really do. YouTube has permanently banned Shaun Porter. And the reasoning, according to Mr. Porter, now I don't know how much weight this actually carries, but according to Mr. Porter, the reason that he was banned was because he had a photo that he had posted of County Judge Kirk Downey, and that YouTube said that the photo was cruelty to animals. Mm. I don't know if that's actually legit reason.
The only time I've ever been to Facebook jail in my life is I posted a baby beluga, right? Like I pulled it right off of Facebook's bar, and they flagged it for nudity. And I still to this day have no idea what they thought it was, but it was very clearly a baby beluga in the deep blue sea. So
apparently it was a rather erotic beluga. Yeah. So needless to say, Mr. Porter has gotten his final strike, apparently. Not to worry, though, because he's not going away. He's just going to switch platforms. He's going to work more on building out his TikTok following, as well as his following on X, formerly known as Twitter, for those of us that are old like me. And then also regularly post on Facebook as well, although I don't think he usually posts his videos to Facebook. TikTok apparently is where he's got most of his stuff now.
I don't TikTok. Do you TikTok?
No, I don't TikTok, and it'll be banned soon enough. So.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. So the ban, I guess, went through, but now TikTok is asking if we can just put that off a little bit until Trump gets inaugurated and see what he has to say. I think it's great that now all of a sudden people care what Trump has to say.
And what's going to be hilarious is probably Trump gets in there and he's just like, what? No, just go and ban him. I don't care.
Nobody does, because he got banned from Facebook and everything else.
Oh, it's true.
He was the one that wanted to ban TikTok in the first place. That's why it's funny, because now he's very popular on the TikTok.
Now he's going to be okay with TikTok.
Yeah, now he's completely reversed course. He thinks that
and it'll make for more competitiveness for the platforms that did ban him. So okay.
I saw an interview and he said that in his opinion, and from everything that he's been briefed on, and I don't know by who, he didn't specify, that TikTok really is not collecting any sort of data that other social media apps aren't collecting. It's the same, but it's I guess who's on the back end of that?
I think the concern is over
that it's China.
That it's Chinese
and TikTok is actually banned in China.
Right. So that's really interesting in itself. So we've got, why would China ban their own app?
Well, because they have their own. They had their own before TikTok. Right. Yeah, but it's very even here,
it's very censored.
It is very censored here too. If you look up Tiananmen Square and stuff like that on there, you find tourists today. You don't find informative information about historic events that have happened there. Nothing that reflects governments in general in a bad light. So
and I totally would never ever put a government in a bad light.
No.
Trust me. You need to trust the government more. That's what I do. Yeah. All right. No. Awesome. All right, BB.
Yes.
Any other topics you want to?
I think that I have said more topics than I should. Don't you?
No.
What else do we have?
Not at all. Not at all. But okay, that's fine. All right, that's fine. All right. Next topic then is going to be federal prosecutors drop gun conspiracy charges against Frederick County Sheriff.
Well, I'm glad that they don't have to pay a private security force to carry his guns.
Well, yeah. I mean, so Frederick County's sheriff can actually carry a firearm again.
Yeah.
That's good news for him. That's good news for the county. There's significant taxpayer savings in this.
Yeah,
because they no longer have to have a security detail follow.
What are they going to spend it on?
I don't know. I'm not going to say my comments on that because I don't live in Frederick County, and I don't want to start a war between Frederick County and Washington County, and I totally think that the idea of building a wall between the two counties is probably a good idea. But I'm not going to get into that
That's what they can do with the money they're saving, giving the sheriff his guns back.
Yes, but we need to... Yeah, but, I mean, I don't think Frederick County would care about building a wall. I want to build the wall to keep Frederick County out of Washington.
Yeah.
So
they can pay for it.
Yeah. We'll build the wall,
everybody knows
and we'll make Frederick County pay for it. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So needless to say, obviously Jenkins and the owner of the machine gun nest, his name's Robert Kropp. They both were charged with conspiracy. Kropp was acquitted on all counts. Finally the They guess they've decided that, oh, well, they acquitted the co-conspirator, so you can't really have a conspiracy charge against a single person.
Yeah.
Unless they have multiple personalities.
I don't even think then. I think that only flew that one time, and I don't think it ever will again.
Yeah. So needless to say, Frederick County Sheriff is allowed to carry a gun again. And just in time for him to combat with the city of Frederick over their illegal immigration policies.
Oh my goodness, they went hard, didn't they?
The city of Frederick is now going to be at odds with the county sheriff because the city of Frederick is going to be spending significant amounts of money to try to prevent the deportation of illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
At the same time, Frederick County is part of the immigration program that allows them to detain illegal immigrants.
Yes.
Once they've committed a crime, so they can detain them for export.
And Sheriff Jenkins has been outspoken in the past about those topics as well. So I don't think, that's
deportation, not exportation. Export is when we sell something. We're not selling them. So no. We get paid for holding them, but we don't get paid for sending them back. So anyway, needless to say, very interesting to see how things are going in Frederick County. Good luck to our neighbors in the east. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Better you all than us.
It just makes me feel a little bit better every day about Washington.
That's right.
Thank you, Frederick. It's so nice.
All right. Next up, Washington County Democratic Central Committee is currently seeking applications to fill the vacancy for Maryland House of Delegates District 2B for Hagerstown. For those not aware, Delegate Grossman has resigned her position. I believe she said she's moving out of the county. I don't know. I'm not going to get into where she's moving to. I don't know the details on that. Needless to say, congratulations to Delegate Grossman. We wish you the best.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your service to Washington County. And so now the Democratic Central Committee, because she was a registered Democrat, will be appointing her replacement to fill out the remainder of her term, which is about 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's a few qualification requirements for that. In order to be eligible, you have to be a registered Democrat. You have to be at least 21 years old. You have to be a resident of Maryland for at least 1 year. And applicants must have lived in District 2B for at least a minimum of 6 months. So if Delegate Grossman was your delegate, if you saw her on your ballot back in 2022, then if you meet those requirements, you're eligible to vote for, or to actually apply for her seat.
So it says, you have to be a registered Democrat and you have to have lived in 2B for at least 6 months. How long do you have to be a registered Democrat? What if somebody just tomorrow goes and registers as a Democrat?
I suspect probably the same amount, but I don't think it actually said.
Yeah.
The announcement was not very specific on that. So
yeah. I didn't know if there was some secret information I was just supposed to know, or
why are you gonna?
No.
You're gonna apply?
No. No, thank you to all of that, and I'm sure that everyone else involved would say the same.
No kidding. Yeah. Maybe Shaun Porter will apply.
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine he's a registered Democrat.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he'd switch parties.
And that was not why I was asking how long either.
Yeah. I'm sure that's absolutely why I want to know. Who can, hey, let's see what happens if we get some interesting people to apply,
Yeah, some of the local characters.
Yeah,
I was talking
that's
about.
right.
I think it's great.
Right.
I think it's great. All the way up to the top. Let's just
Responsibilities obviously include being a delegate for District 2B. You're also tasked with managing district level affairs, collaborating with colleagues to advance political and legislative goals, whatever that means. And the position involves preparing for re-election in 2026. So in other words, only apply if you're planning on trying to run for re-election, is what they're saying.
Huh.
If you're interested in applying, go to the Washington County Democratic Central Committee's website. You can send an email. Emails have to be sent in by Wednesday, December 18th, no later than 5 p.m. Applications should be sent via email to chair@wcdccmd.com. And then you'll need to be available for an interview on December 19th, which will apparently take place at like 6 p.m. So if you have any further questions, reach out to the Washington County Democratic Central Committee directly. So that's who can answer your question as far as how long you had to be a registered Democrat. So
I don't really care. I mean,
yeah.
Thank you.
That's fair.
I'll do that.
That's fair. Maybe I'll send them an email just for fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So
that should give you a bingo, I think. Just
any other topics you want to talk about
I just think it's wild how many foods have been recalled in the past couple months. What is going on with that? Why is everything being? It's like cucumbers, carrots, water, spaghetti sauce. Gnarly. It's like every day new stuff gets recalled.
Yeah. What was the latest one?
Cucumbers and I think spaghetti sauce and I don't know.
I'm sure. Also it hasn't just been grocery store foods.
No,
McDonald's got hit.
The onions on McDoubles was, and then Boar's Head, all of their stuff got recalled, like millions of pounds of lunch meat.
That's a crying shame there, because Boar had some good meat.
Yeah,
that's some good stuff. So that's a shame if you had to recall that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd actually turn that in and be like, what's the risk here? This is pretty freaking delicious stuff.
Yeah, and I think it was like maybe Listeria.
Listeria?
Yeah. It was either that or salmonella. That's what all of this is.
That's a tough choice. I don't know. I don't know what I'd want to do. But needless to say, probably if you had one of those recalled things, you should probably do something about it. FDA.gov, I think, is where you can get the recall.
Yes, and then also they're thinking about banning a red food dye in the next few weeks, and that is going to affect like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but would they allow them to just phase it out, I wonder?
I don't think so.
Or would just a recall?
I don't. I think that they are... I think that they are just going to like cease production, and then those products can no longer be sold. Oh. So I don't know what they can do. Like, now, I know that when that has happened to other products, there are places you can sell them. So I think a lot of times...
Back of a truck?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Flea markets?
Yeah. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah. Yeah.
Good old gray market. Right there,
yeah. The gray area. Yeah, the gray market.
Yeah, I gotta love it. That's
Yum.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, I got one last topic for us tonight. This one's an interesting one. Now, Phoebe, I'm going to let you talk about some of the background on this because I know that you know what happened with that with T-Mobile.
I mean, I don't know what they're saying.
What are they saying happened? What happened with T-Mobile?
Okay, so they are saying that T-Mobile was breached in a massive telecommunications hack, I guess you would call that, I guess. But T-Mobile is saying that that there was no like customer data that went that got taken, I suppose. Okay. But the government seems to think that theirs definitely was, and we do know that the telecom hack credited to the Chinese government that recently happened. It was 8 major telecommunications companies, so T-Mobile was included in that, but it was actually 8, and they got everything down to federal wiretaps. So, oops. Yeah. So, but I mean that is serious though because a lot of those
and we can
are
download this info
evidentiary.
where? I just wondered.
I don't know.
Poor friend.
Well, I mean, you know,
who lives in Frederick County?
But yeah, so I mean that's gonna affect a lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of that is evidentiary, obviously. Right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
now that data has been breached and theoretically is now out there on the internet somewhere, then how reliable is that as evidence?
Well, and here's the even more interesting thing is how many of those wiretaps did they find were done without warrants?
Well, that and like how many, I'm sure that most of the people on the other end of those wiretaps have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
So.
Like, I'm waiting, like, China.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
hey, China, is the number still up there?
Let
us know.
It is. Yes, it is up there. Yes. Call.
Let us know.
Yes, but you must speak English because I do not speak Mandarin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we could just have Google Translate.
Well, yeah, that might work. Except for then, like, they speak something that makes your phone get hacked or something.
No, I have two. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So, but needless to say, as I said, earlier, you absolutely need to trust the government more.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, because they definitely won't lose any of your information anyway.
And they definitely would most definitely issue a warning saying that you need to be aware that your messages between iPhones and Androids aren't secure.
Correct.
All right. And they said that the reason for that warning was that because it's not encrypted.
Right.
Unlike iPhone to iPhone, which is encrypted, or Android to Android, which is most of the time encrypted.
Yeah.
Not always. It's the Android version's kind of buggy.
Well, mine it's just Google Messages now.
Yeah. But what's really interesting on that is that they then suggested that if you need to do that kind of messaging, don't rely on your text messaging app. Switch over to a third-party app, such as WhatsApp.
Mm.
Now, I got some concerns on this.
Yeah.
All right, and my concerns on this is, while this sounds like it's some decent advice at the surface, when you dig deeper, you realize that when you're sending from an Android to an iPhone, and there's no encryption, typically, those messages get completely discarded by the carriers. Typically, those messages don't get backed up to a cloud anywhere.
Right.
That's not the case when you're using WhatsApp. That's not the case when you're using iMessenger. That's not the
Facebook
case
Messenger.
when you're using Facebook Messenger.
Instagram, none of it.
Any of the Messenger apps, any of that stuff.
Yeah. Snapchat. A lot of people think Snapchat is like super private or disappears or something.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it all gets backed up.
Yeah.
So isn't it interesting that, and then all gets backed up to the cloud.
Yes.
So that then, let's say that same organization just warned you that, by the way, it's not secure if you message like that. Well, now they can very easily obtain that information through a search warrant.
And so can other people.
To your cloud provider.
So can other people.
And so can other people
that gain access to your account because they can just go to whatever platform it is, click download my data. It's usually in the settings somewhere. And yeah, so if somebody accesses your account, then they can get all of the account data.
Now, I'm not saying that this was necessarily what they intended. But I'm saying it's definitely an interesting unintended consequence.
Yes.
Because now it's making it easier for them to legally obtain that stuff remotely without ever having your physical phone.
Correct.
So, I've got an article on there about this, on the website. I'm not going to go into all of it, but it's got some good technical details in it as far as how each of these technologies work. And really, ultimately, the backups is the stuff. Now, why am I saying this? Because, well, we've seen the weaponization of the justice system.
Truly.
And now you can call it lawfare, you can call it malicious prosecution, whatever you want to call it, we've absolutely seen it. So I'm bringing this up because people need to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Especially if, they do, some sort of, business dealings in Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, got laptops laying around,
Now, fortunately...
blowing rails right off the top,
If your dad is the president of the United States, he can issue a pardon for that. After he says he wouldn't. But...
Well...
But... everybody else who does not have a president as a father
and I
needs to be aware of this information.
To break it down simply, I've just been telling people, like, it's never, like, we have a false sense of security when it comes to personal communications. And it's not so unlike back in the day where, like, yeah, you could call somebody and talk on the phone, but there was an operator at the switchboard that could be listening to the whole thing.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing now.
It's still
like,
the
just
same.
be aware that whatever you send from your device to anywhere else, there is the possibility that somebody is going to intercept that and use it for who knows what. And you probably, in most cases, you probably don't even know.
Yeah.
That's why I just say wild shit for fun sometimes, honestly, because, like, it's just flood the internet. They'll have no idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just making noise out there in space.
It's pretty interesting, to say the least. So, that was my last topic for the night.
I have one more just because it's hilarious.
Oh, yes. Please do.
So, New York City Mayor Eric Adams had a cake cutting, like, celebration ceremony. 6-foot cake collapsed into a pile of mush, and it was called a confectionery catastrophe right in the middle of New York. And I just thought that was funny. Like, this cake fell over. It's a mess. It was great.
Did they say who made the cake?
No. And I don't know why they need 6-foot cake anyway. That's kind of gross. So, 6-foot cake just,
That
collapses into mush, it says.
That is
very
New
specific.
York's tax dollars at work, folks.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm okay with this. And the reason I'm okay with this is because it was probably destroyed by the ghost of a squirrel.
Well, it could have been, because it said that the 6-foot confection collapsed, and then the workers tried to put it back together before the mayor got there. So he got there, they were just trying to put the cake back together. It's great.
I can just see that now. Why does this cake have duct tape on it?
Cigarette butts, just
instead
of candles. It's fine.
What is this?
Just some New York sprinkles. That's what.
What's this little sign here? It says, "Do not eat this part. It fell on the floor." What's up with that?
Yeah, I guess it was. Oh, it was Fifth Avenue Shopping Center's 200th anniversary. That's what it was. So nothing says. I mean, that is just some. Let them.
The
eat
good
cake.
news is it was only the 200th anniversary, so obviously they'll have it. They got like 50 years for the next big milestone.
I don't know. MIT said we only have till 2047 until society completely collapses. Civilization. That's what it said.
I wish I was that much of an optimist.
I said the same thing. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so we'll probably do a couple more of maybe one or two more of these. Obviously not the full newscap, but topic focus like we usually do. A couple things I did want to bring up real quick. First off, I don't know if you noticed the hat.
I did.
Okay, the hat says Rumble Cloud, and we are going hard with the Rumble stuff.
Yeah,
because
I love it.
I love Rumble. And we're getting so much more engagement and views over here on Rumble than we are.
I like the people better. Like,
yes.
Sorry, other platforms, but Rumble is just mellow. I don't care what anybody says.
Now, all right. Now, full disclaimer: they did not pay me to say any of this. Okay.
No,
I actually met with a couple of the guys that work on Rumble Cloud, which is their alternative to Amazon Cloud. And fantastic guys. I love their perspective on technology, and I'm very much digging Rumble. And
Amazon Web Cloud just got decimated anyway. So I mean,
so I'm not once again they are not paying me to say this. I am only saying this as the president of Radio Free Hub City, and I'm talking about how much I love the company that is hosting our newscap, hosting our podcasts.
Yeah.
So I can't say enough good things about them. If you don't already have an account with them, I'm actually going to be setting up here soon an affiliate link that apparently I can set up, that if you want to be a content creator on Rumble, you click the link and it'll take you there and let you create your account. Their monetization terms are very generous, and I think their algorithm works a lot better.
Yeah, I do too, and that's another thing that I like, is that you don't have to have an account to watch videos, or because I've sent links to people that have no trouble watching it in whatever browser, even if it's on a messenger or something.
Right. Unlike TikTok.
I mean, I guess.
I'm going to take that jab at TikTok because I've gotten a few TikTok videos where people send it to me.
Yeah, I just told them I can't.
And I'm like, I can't watch this because it asks me to log in or
go to the App
install
Store.
the app.
My
and
app
I'm like,
store.
no.
Yes,
no,
stay out of my App Store.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't.
I get my apps from the
I have
App
a
Store.
TikTok account and we no longer use it because I had some concerns on it.
Yeah,
we talked about those concerns tonight. So Rumble is where it's at. And if anybody
we loved X. I mean,
absolutely love X. X is great, and we're just going to keep publishing our stuff there. We'll keep publishing our news on Facebook as much as they let us.
Until
they
ban
us.
Yeah. I just I'm there to annoy them at this point.
It's been a fantastic year. We've grown so much here for Radio Free Hub City.
It's been a great year for us. It's been a shit year for everybody else.
Yeah, that's okay. One of the other things I did want to mention real quick before I take us out is we do have a new series, new web series, and most of it is actually on Rumble. We've got a few teaser on the other platforms, but most of it's on Rumble. It's called Radio Tree Nut City. All right. It's all videos of animals here at the Honey Pot Acres farm, and we put some hilarious dialogue over top of it. If you ever watched the old sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati, that's the essence that it's trying to recapture. That was the inspiration behind the show. But then also it's gonna make fun of other shows too. Like we just did one that's making fun of Alex Jones. So
yeah.
And it's all parody. It's all parody. So we can.
And it's all in good
we have
fun.
a lot of it's absolutely in good fun.
It's total fun. And also the animals are really cute.
Yes, they are.
Except for the bastard woodpecker.
Well, and by the way, so. We do have a few new animals that are probably going to be introduced here soon. I did capture a couple new, unusual ones. And also, I'm excited to say we're going to see the return of the raccoon.
Yeah, if you see me throwing goldfish crackers outside, just mind your business. It's nothing. It's nothing you need to worry about.
FM Bandit is alive and kicking and doing great. So. Yeah, and we've got a few squirrel audience members who are making an appearance now.
Oh, yeah.
They aren't coming up.
I mean, they're probably nervous, wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
It's a bad time to be a squirrel that's famous. I mean...
Yeah. Yeah,
it's a terrible time to be a famous squirrel.
Yeah, so needless to say...
To get them little sunglasses.
Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to Radio Free Hub City on Rumble. Follow us on X, follow us on Facebook. Most importantly, also... follow us on the website. Come get an email subscription. We've got a couple different tiers. The most important tier that you probably care about is you can subscribe for free.
Yeah.
We've got some paid tiers as well that have some bonus content associated with them.
Oh yeah, our new advertising prices are out.
And we have our new advertising. Yes, we have new advertising prices out. The new advertising prices are extremely affordable for small businesses. And I've got actually an internal ad rotation thing, so I'm not limited to how many ads I can do now. I can actually do them on a rotation instead.
Yeah, so everybody that asked me, they're up. The prices are on the website now. Just go click.
Yeah, all the prices on the website. And because I believe in full transparency, all of our actual website metrics are up there too.
Yeah.
So you can actually see this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
And you'll see that it's it's a little bit below market rates, probably,
very much
for the advertising costs.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, with that said, I think we're gonna call it a night unless you had any more else for us tonight, BB.
Nope. I'm sure we'll see everybody soon, but if not, happy holidays.
We'll absolutely.
We'll have some shenanigans between now and then.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have some good shenanigans here soon. I was informed by a certain local YouTube activist that he's going to be. I'm sorry. You're right. He's no longer YouTube. That he's going to be making an interesting speech at an upcoming public meeting.
That's why I don't go to those things. Oh my god.
That's why I like watching them from comfort of my home.
Yeah.
But what's going to be really interesting. So one of the things I can tell you, it's not going to be a county commissioner meeting. And the reason I say that is because apparently the last county commissioner meeting, President John Barr hit the gavel while Shaun was talking, and that gave him PTSD.
Which one?
The county commissioner.
It gave Barr PTSD?
No, it gave Shaun Porter.
Oh, okay, that's
it
what I
gave
was
Shaun
asking.
Porter
Okay.
PTSD. So,
I didn't know which party
so
to pray for.
He's afraid to go to the county commissioner meetings now.
I mean,
due to that PTSD.
As someone with a
please be,
traumatic stress disorder, I mean,
please
that's
be
terrible.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I mean,
that
it was a very loud bang bang.
I mean, it does.
So
it does. It do be spooking people sometimes.
So all right. So thoughts and prayers, or however that phrase is for Mr. Porter.
Tots and pears, I think.
Tots and pears.
Tots
okay,
and pears.
Tots and pears to Mr. Porter.
Tots and pears.
We hope that your PTSD from the gavel subsides soon, and that we can start seeing you there again. Because let's be honest, we get a kick out of watching him.
Yeah, maybe we'll live react to that.
Well, we'll definitely live react to the next one coming up that he's going to be at. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So. All right, so with that said, that's it for tonight's newscap. On behalf of BB and myself and all the Radio Free Hub City family, thank you for listening, and we hope you'll join us next time. And don't forget to visit our website for more local and national news at radiofreehubcity.com.